Today, we're going to talk about this quiet but honestly massive revolution that's happening right inside your pocket. It's a huge shift in how your smartphone handles your most private information, and it all really starts with one simple question.
No, stop and really think about it for a second. That thing in your hand, it's not just a phone. It's a vault. It holds the most intimate, personal details of your entire life. And for a long time, getting all that cool AI magic meant you had to hand over the keys to that vault. For years, anytime you used a slick AI feature, like a smart photo editor or a voice assistant, all this stuff had to take a trip. It got bundled up, sent from your phone, across the internet, to some powerful computer in the cloud just to be processed. And well, that created a pretty massive vulnerability.
The scale of this problem is just staggering. When all our data is piled up in one place in the cloud, it becomes this giant blinking target for hackers. Think about it. A single breach has exposed as many as 16 billion credentials. This isn't some small risk, it's a systemic one. And it's exactly why the entire industry is now hitting the brakes and changing course.
So what's the big solution to this huge privacy mess? It's called on-device AI. And the core idea is actually super simple, but incredibly powerful. Just bring all the processing, and more importantly, all your data, back home, to the device right there in your hand.
So what this really means is, your phone stops being just a dumb terminal that sends your info out for analysis. Instead, it becomes the supercomputer itself. It gets the power to run all these complex AI tasks locally, which keeps your sensitive information right where it belongs, with you.
Okay, think of it like this. Cloud AI was kind of like mailing your private diary to some expert to get their advice. You had to trust the mailman, trust the expert, and just hope they shredded it afterwards. On-device AI, that's like having that same expert living in a soundproof room inside your own house. They give you the advice, sure, but your diary never, ever leaves the building.
And the real-world benefits here are huge. First off, you are in control. Your data can't be sold or get leaked from some server breach halfway across the world. For companies, it helps them comply with really strict privacy laws like GDPR. Oh, and here's a great bonus. With no round trip to the internet, everything is instant. It just works, even if you're completely offline.
And look, this isn't just some theory or a cool idea for the future. This is happening right now. The biggest companies on the planet are in an all-out race to make this the new normal, basically competing on who can protect your privacy the best.
So you've got Apple, who has pretty much made on-device processing its core philosophy. They've built these chips, like the A17 Pro with an absolutely ridiculous neural engine. That's the part of the chip made just for AI. We are talking 35 trillion operations a second. All of that power is dedicated to one thing: running AI models locally and keeping your data off their servers. But what about tasks that are just way too big for a phone to handle? Well, Apple came up with something they call private cloud compute, and this is a pretty radical idea. If a request has to go to the cloud, it goes to a special server that's built with the exact same secure Apple chips that are in your iPhone. It's a server that is architecturally incapable of storing your data. Apple employees never see it, and it's completely destroyed the second the task is done. They are literally rebuilding the cloud to act just like your device.
Now, Google's taking a different but just as fascinating approach. Their on-device model, Gemini Nano, runs inside a system called AI Core. You can think of AI Core as like a digital quarantine zone or a sandbox. What's so amazing about this is that it's physically isolated from the rest of the system. It literally can't access the internet or snoop on data from other apps. It's a firewall that's enforced by the hardware itself, making sure that even if a bad app wanted to, it couldn't use the AI to steal your information. It's privacy through isolation.
And if you want to understand just how big this shift is, just look at Samsung. They're aiming to produce 800 million Galaxy AI devices. This is not some niche feature for tech nerds. This is a massive global rollout designed to make on-device AI the default for almost 1 billion people.
Now, under the hood of a lot of these devices, from Samsung and many others, is Qualcomm. Their Snapdragon chips are really the engine making this whole revolution possible. They are designing their hardware from the ground up specifically to keep your information secure, private, and locked down on your device. And really, it all comes down to raw power. Qualcomm's latest neural processing unit, the NPU, their specialized AI chip, can perform 80 trillion operations per second. That incredible speed is what lets your phone do things like translate a conversation or edit a photo instantly without ever needing to phone home to the cloud.
Okay, so this all sounds pretty incredible, right? But to get the full, honest picture, we have to look at the other side of the coin, because this tech comes with some very real, very tough engineering challenges and trade-offs.
So does everything run on your phone now? The short answer is no, not yet. While the default is definitely shifting to on-device processing, there's this constant balancing act that manufacturers have to deal with every single day.
And this table here, it really lays out those core trade-offs perfectly. Running powerful AI is super energy intensive, which, yeah, can drain your battery and make your phone run hot. And to make these huge AI models even fit on a phone, they have to be compressed, which can sometimes make them a little less accurate than a giant model running in the cloud. And of course, it means older phones just don't have the horsepower to keep up.
So because of all those trade-offs, what we're really seeing is a kind of hybrid approach. For the most demanding jobs, some features still need to tap into the cloud. But, and this is the important part, the rules of the game have totally changed. Your data is never stored long-term and it's never used to train AI models. And crucially, users are more and more being given a simple switch to turn off any online processing completely. The choice is finally yours.
So where does all this leave us? Well, we are right in the middle of this moment where privacy stops being just another paragraph in a long legal document and starts becoming a core feature of the hardware itself.
This quote just nails it. The promise of privacy is shifting from a corporate policy that you just have to cross your fingers and trust to a technical reality that's enforced by the actual silicon in your phone. It's a move from "we promise not to misuse your data" to "we've designed a system where we physically can't."
And that really brings us to the final big takeaway. For decades, our phones have basically been terminals, just pretty windows into powerful computers somewhere else. That era is ending. Your phone is finally becoming what it was always supposed to be, a truly personal computer, one that works for you and protects your information by its very design.
So the next time you pick up your phone, it's worth asking that question. As AI moves out of the cloud and into the palm of your hand, we're not just getting smarter features, we're getting a fundamentally new relationship with our technology, one that's built on privacy and on control. And you know what? That might just be the biggest upgrade of all.